Hey guys, I'm here. I am gonna share this on social media so we get some friends in our chat to join us. Let me share it around and we'll let everybody come in and hang out and chat and all that fun stuff, and we'll really break down what is and what is not a legacy character. All right, I've sent this out. I am sharing it. And we will get some friends to come hang with us. All right. Wow, look, we're already getting people. Hey, Donna, how are you? So we'll let a few more peeps come in and we will see what's up with what. And we'll get into this, into what a legacy character is, because there's a lot of confusion about this one. Lots of fights. So how's everybody doing tonight? I'm good. Getting ready for Field Trip Friday with the kids I nanny. We're going to the Boston Public Library again because they really loved that one. And if the weather cooperates, we'll be going to the Boston Common where they can play on the playground and go to the frog pond. We're going to bring their swim stuff just in case. So fingers crossed that we can do that. All right. I am going to this so I can be in our chat. Turn this down. All right. All right. Okay. So we have some peeps in. So let's get into this. A lot of times you'll hear people talking about legacy characters. They'll say this one's a legacy, that one's a legacy, and hey, Susan. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. And sometimes it's just that people have different definitions. The most accepted definition is that it is somebody who was either born on screen or their birth was referenced on screen, even if they weren't born on screen, like Lucky. Lucky wasn't born on screen, but his birth was talked about on screen by characters that were on screen. They're like, oh, Luke and Laura had a baby. We heard he's a boy. Yeah. So he would count. The other component of it is that they have to be from a core family, not a founding family, not a family that's been there since the beginning of the show, but a family that is important. The Spencers, the Quartermains, sadly the Corinthoses. You know what I mean? A family that's important to the show. So, like the kid that was delivered at the Quartermains a couple years ago on like Christmas Eve or something, who was a Brit or somebody. Yes, it was a baby born on screen, but nobody knew. It wasn't a core family. So that kid's not a legacy. Now, a lot of people seem to think that Liz is a legacy because her family goes way back. But she was not born on screen, and her birth was not referenced on screen. So she's not a legacy. Her children are legacies, but she herself is not. Her sister is not. Their birth was not referenced on screen. They weren't mentioned until they were about to come on the show. And before anybody even starts, fine. If you want Liz as a legacy, then Carly is too. Same thing. You know? So we're just going to say, my definition is born on screen, or the birth is referenced on screen when it happens, to a core family. And that is the pretty universal accepted one across the soapdom. So let's see who would count as a legacy. Liz's children would all count as legacies. Lucky and Lulu's kids would all count as legacies. Carly's kids would all count as legacies. If Lucas adopts another child, that would also be a legacy child. Carly's definitely Daisy. Now, Phoebe can count as a legacy because she's being adopted into the core mains, who are a core family, and her birth was on screen. Wiley, Amelia, absolutely. I don't think Ned's not really a legacy, although no, Ned's not a legacy because he was already born before the cues showed up on screen. So he was born off screen. Dylan would be a legacy. See, no, I don't think Ned is one because Ned, wasn't he already born? He was already born to Tracy when she showed up. I'm pretty sure. Dylan was born on screen, albeit he was born, yes, Jason, AJ, legacies. Now, Emily was not born on screen. She was adopted into a core family, but she was already like a preteen at that time, so she was not a legacy. If she had any kids, she would have been. Nick is not a legacy because he was a retcon. Lulu definitely is. Lucky was because he was referenced on screen at the time it happened. Jason, AJ, Michael children. Spencer, absolutely a legacy. He was born to a core family. Trina, not because she showed on screen already as a teenager at that. Jocelyn. Now, Danny, absolutely. Scout, absolutely. Rocco, Avery, Morgan, Donna, absolutely all legacies. So, no, not legacies. And Willow's late son, Jonah, would not be a legacy either. Somebody's going to be showing up. Yep, Georgie's a legacy. Maxie is a legacy. Maxie's children are legacies. Georgie, James, and Bailey Lou, all legacies. Cody is not a legacy. He was not born on screen, and his birth was not referenced on screen when it happened. Serena is a legacy. Now, we're going to be having somebody else show up. The shady new businessman, I think his name is Hudson, is going to be showing up. I think he's going to end up being Jerry's kid, or potentially Jax's from somebody else, although I kind of think they'd go with Jerry instead because it's easier to explain why he's not here, is to explain why Jax showed up and explain to his daughter. And I have a feeling that he's going to be Jerry's kid. He would not be a legacy because he was not born on screen and he wasn't referenced, even though the Jax family could have been considered a core family at the time. He's a retcon. Yes, Cody is a retcon, Donna. Yeah, I heard that he was on the last minute today, too. I'm going to have to go look. Molly and Christina are both legacies. Sam is not because she was a retcon, just like, Carly and Liz. So Diego would not have been, Sage would not have been. Now, if Lila Ray showed up, she would be, because she was born on screen and her family, she's attached to a legacy family. So even though we didn't see her grow up, just like we really didn't see Brooklyn grow up, she's a legacy. Gio, not a legacy. Dante, not a legacy. So, Brenda's kid, legacy. So his birth wasn't. Now, Charlotte, I will explain why Serena was a trust fund baby in just a second, Donna. Charlotte is interesting because we didn't see her until she was like an elementary school kid. So we really didn't know she existed, even though she's attached to, like, her birth was not referenced on screen. And we didn't find out about her until well after she was born. So I'm not really sure I'd count Charlotte as a legacy. Because she wasn't born on screen and her birth was not referenced on screen at the time it happened. We didn't find out until later. Now, Donna wants to know why Serena was a trust fund baby. The reason Serena was a trust fund baby is that her mother, her biological mother, and Lucy was a surrogate for Dominique and Scotty. And Dominique was very, 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 very rich. And she left everything to Serena. She was a trust fund baby. Yeah. So that's where Serena's money came from. It's interesting that they're having the story where she lost it now, because before she was like giving it all to like whale preservation or something like that, wasn't she? But I guess it's, the reason for her to come home. Now, yes, Emma is absolutely a legacy. Serena showed up today and told Lucy Daisy Flower that she lost her trust fund. Guys, shush. It was him. He wasn't the one laughing. They're trying to blame the dogs for laughing. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the dogs laughing.
We're blaming him for making the funny noise.
Okay, well, compose yourselves, please. I'm giving them a little extra tech time so I could come on and hang out with you guys, because they're sleeping over tonight, because I'm the world's best nanny. Just kidding. They're wonderful. We were talking about Serena Daisy Flower. She showed up today and she told Lucy that she lost her trust fund because she was scammed out of it by people she didn't trust, or that she shouldn't have trusted, or something like that. Now, Emma is absolutely firmly a legacy from a legacy family. I mean, honestly, even though Patrick was kind of new, Noah had been on the show. And Noah had been on the show, and Robin was not a legacy because she showed up. She was kind of a retcon too. Now, Daisy says Jax is a billionaire. Does Joss have more money than Michael? I think Joss will have more money than Michael. I mean, not everything is in her trust fund. I mean, she has a pretty big trust fund, but not everything is in her trust fund yet, and she hasn't started making tons of money yet. Now, the Quartermains are also billionaires. However, it's split among more of them. But Michael had like multiple income streams because he inherited everything of AJ's. And he had money from Jason as well, because Jason had set up a trust for him as well. So he had Jason money, he had AJ money. I don't know if they've ever said that Sonny had trust funds for the kids, but I mean, Michael wouldn't need it because the Qs definitely had more money than Sonny. Carly is loaded as well. I don't know if she ever did trust funds for the kids because she knew, but yeah, Carly is also loaded. But the Spencers weren't spectacularly wealthy like the Jackses, like the Quartermains. So Michael wouldn't have inherited tons from them. But when Jax dies, Joss will be able to buy and sell Michael, without a doubt. At this point, both of them, I mean, Michael could buy and sell Sonny. All of the Qs pretty much could. And Joss, with her trust fund, could probably buy and sell as well. Carly's loaded with Val. Oh, she needs to get loaded with Val again real soon. I'm very excited that we get them unspoiled tomorrow. That was exciting. So that was a fun little thing to find out. And I've heard a lot of people turning back against Drew now that he's like being a dick to everybody, but I love it. I love that he is on a scorched earth. I think he'll mellow out a little bit, you know, but I think that right now he has a whole lot of anger and nowhere to put it because they're really leaning into Jack being a total bad guy, which I love because that's what he was supposed to be. So I'm fine with it. Yeah, but I like that. I like angry Drew. So yes, I will be thinking of our girl Annie tomorrow as well. We're all praying for Annie. I lit a candle for her today. It's burning in my room right now, and she's going to be great. She's going to be fine. I know she is, because the world needs her light, and God knows that. So she's going to pull through this and be the bright light that we all need and love and adore. My wifey. So everybody make sure you send up prayers for Annie. If anybody doesn't know what's going on, she had to have surgery, and she had an issue with sepsis. Her new husband kept us updated, and he said she's in a medically induced coma right now, but she's fighting it, and she's a fighter. She's had sepsis before, and she came through it, and she absolutely will again. And Annie's going to wake up, and she's going to be so excited to have Unspoiled Carly and Valentin to come back to. And she's going to make us great videos, and it's going to be wonderful. So, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, girl. From the earth to the sun to the moon and back. Yes, we absolutely love her in all ways. And anybody who wants to do a message for her, I think, was it Stacy that was gathering comments for her to make I can't remember. I'll find it and I'll retweet it so that you guys can go to my Twitter later tonight if anybody wants to leave a message for Annie, because somebody's putting together a little video for her of all of our well wishes. So when she wakes up, she'll see how loved she is. And even Deb's weighed in. So, but yeah, I'll take a look at it. So, yeah, so that's basically Legacy. Is there anybody that you guys are curious about who is, who isn't, if you came in late, who you might be wondering about? I mean, the rules are very simple. Born on screen or birth referenced on screen. Desmond is a legacy to a core family at the time of their birth. The Robinsons are a core family. Desmond is a legacy. Absolutely. Now, if Isaiah were to turn out to be a Gannon, I don't think he'd be a legacy, because he is not, his birth was not referenced on screen, and his core family was not on GH. So, all right. Vinnie will kill me if I don't play one of our ads, so I'm going to do that real quick. We're going to go ahead with Let's Talk About Sex, because she's so fun.
Are you having problems in the bedroom? Are you having problems with your sex life? Well, I know just who to talk to, and that's Lori. CoachingByLori.com is where you could set up voice, video, or text sessions to talk about sex, to talk about intimacy, kinks, fetishes, taboos, fantasies, or your sexuality. You could talk about coming out and what to expect when you come out. Lori is a sex therapist and talks about your sexual health. Lori's offering all new clients 20% off their first session with the coupon code WELCOME. That's coachingbylori, LORIE.com. Coupon code WELCOME, WELCOME, for 20% off your first session.
Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I just have to deal with one thing. I will be right back. I promise. I'm so sorry. I'm here alone. Give me a second. I'm back. All right. So, legacy. As I was saying, born on screen, birth reference on screen at the time it happened, and part of a core family. Baby Desi, absolutely. So, Carly is not a legacy because we didn't find out about her. She was a retcon. Same as Liz. Sam, they're all on the same boat. Because although they were all part of core families, none of their births were referenced on screen, and none of them were seen until they were older. You know, Liz was in high school, Carly was 21, Sam was older, but yes, Carly is also my favorite retcon. Jason is legacy, Carly's kids are legacy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And Carly's kids, Wiley and Amelia, are legacy. Now, Scout is still a legacy, even though Drew was a retcon. So Jason is a legacy, but Drew really isn't because he was a retcon. But Scout is still a legacy because she was born on screen into a core family, if that makes sense. But it's funny how some people try to include their fave and exclude their, the ones they don't like. Like, I know that I couldn't include Carly without including Sam and Liz, which I'm fine. If we want to make it that you just have to have been born into a legacy family, okay. But all three of them are in the same boat. And the fact that Liz's family was one of the first ones ever mentioned on the show back in GH, her relatives, it doesn't change the fact that she wasn't born on screen and her birth was not referenced on screen. So we didn't even know her mother's name until recently. And we had never seen her before a couple years ago. So now Vinnie spilled the beans a couple nights ago on Monday night about one of my new podcasts that's going to start in September. Me and Donald are starting I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek, a little sneak peek into it. Donald and I are starting a soap opera book club. There's going to be fiction and nonfiction. We're going to do things like John Lindstrom's book books, because he has multiple now. Eileen Davidson has books. There are books that were put out by the shows. Robin's Diary, and way back in the day, Young and the Restless and A Guiding Light and a few other ones used to release Harlequin type novels or books about storylines. So we're going to do some of those as well. And we're also going to do behind the scenes, books about different shows, books about different soap operas, like real things, biographies, or autobiographies with the actors, the writers, yada, yada, yada. So we have a whole list of books. It's going to be a lot of fun. Phoebe? I don't know what you're asking. I don't know what she's asking. But we're going to have a book club, and it's going to be called Between the Sheets. A little double entendre there. And what's going to happen is we're going to have one book a month, and at the end of the month, we're going to have a Zoom so that we can all talk about the book. And then we're going to have a podcast talking about it as well. And we're going to try to have some of like the authors and stuff like that on as well, or experts on this show or that show, because there are a lot of show historians that are out there and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll have more information, and we're going to be doing our launch. Oh, thank you. Wait until you see our graphic. Our graphic is a lot of fun too. So we'll have our first book that we're going to do. We'll announce that the night that we do our fall preview, because we have a bunch of new podcasts starting for September, and that one is one of them. And we're going to do a podcast talking about all of our new podcasts and what we're going to be doing in the fall. And so we'll announce our first book then. Anybody can come in. There's not any charge for it or anything like that. That's just going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to do my best to I think she's talking to you, Brittany. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to that one, because I'm a big reader. I love reading. And so this one I think is going to be a lot of fun. It's just more of a way to, have a community, because we're a family, and things like, what's going on with Annie right now really drive it home. That, as much as we smack each other around, we're still family. We're siblings. Which is why we can fight and then defend each other as well. You're going to do a podcast about all of us? Oh, no. Uh-oh. We're going to be in really big trouble if she does a podcast about us. She knows all of our deep, dark secrets. She knows where the bodies are buried. Like, literally. Anyway. All right. Well, this was just a quick one. I just wanted to pop on and talk about legacy, for us to have something for Thursday night. Because there was 5 Thursdays this month. Now, this weekend, probably tomorrow night, maybe. I'm planning tomorrow night, but if I'm too tired because of the field trip Friday, it'll be Saturday night. You guys will know in the afternoon. I'm going to do one of my GH hangs. I've got some behind the scenes tea. I agree, Brittany. It was very heartwarming to see that. I love how many people love Annie. I really do. Because if anybody deserves it, it's her. So. But either tomorrow night or Saturday night, we're going to do one of our hangs. And I guess we love you too. Just kidding. I absolutely love and adore you. You know that. We're going to do one of our hangs, and I have behind the scenes tea, and I'm working on trying to get some spoilers. Ugh. Frank is like, right now, Frank is like, you will get spoilers when you pry them from my cold, dead hands. But it doesn't stop me from trying. Although I'm one of the few who really loves Frank, so I don't want him to die. So I won't, push that hard for the spoilers. But the behind the scenes tea is piping hot, let me tell you. Anyway, I love you all, and we're all going to say our prayers for Annie tonight before we go to bed. And I will see you guys either tomorrow or Saturday. I will let you guys know tomorrow afternoon. What? What? I was going to call you. What do you need, girlfriend? She wants me to wait. What? I didn't say anything mean about you. I said that if you had a podcast about us, we'd be in trouble. You know where all the bodies are buried, literally. That was all. It wasn't anything mean. It was just saying that you know all of our secrets. I mean, she helped us bury the bodies, but, All right, guys. We have to have something after the LW just... All right, I'm going to call you after we're all done, okay? All right, I'm going to call you as soon as I'm all done here. You'll be my first phone call, okay? All right. Yes, we do have to have something after that, too, because I'm sure that's going to be amazing. So, all right. I love you guys, and I will see y'all tomorrow night or Saturday night for a hang with all the tea. Have a good night. Bye.